Être un bon traiteur, c'est être intransigeant sur la qualité. On ne fait du bon qu'avec le meilleur. C'est être impitoyable sur les recettes. Quand c'est bon, il n'y a rien à ajouter, rien à enlever. C'est être irréprochable sur le goût. Il faut prendre du plaisir pour en donner. Voilà, pour être un bon traiteur, il faut être intraitable.
Parfaitement intraitable.
Welcome to European Sprint Prototype Cup. It is the final weekend of the season for this championship that hosts second generation LMP3 cars, and it is some newcomers who are on pole position. It's Graf's car that starts on pole position, the Ligier GSP320, which I believe was qualified initially by Yang Kai-wen, as should be due to start this race. Then it is the number 26 Breton Ligier, followed by another new car, the Racetivity Ligier of Emmanuel Collard and Jean-Henri Samani. Miro Konopka starts the ARC Bratislava number 44 Ligier, the MG Sound Studio Ginetta G61, and then the DKR Engineering Duqueine at the back of the grid as they move on to the formation lap. Alongside me in the commentary box, Jimmy Cho from the Graf Racing team in the European Endurance Prototype Cup. Jimmy, welcome to the box.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
How's it going so far? How was qualifying?
Well, to be honest, qualifying is not the best. We've qualified 16th, and it just should be better. We're struggling a little bit on the setup this weekend.
Well, of course, it's a 4-hour race, so anything's possible no matter where you start on the grid.
Yeah, definitely. It's a long race, and the most important is how you finish it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of opportunities to try and change things around. How have things been going in general, though? You've been with the Graf team for the full season. How would you surmise this year?
Yeah, I would say it's a great season. Our car is, most of the time, is always fast, and we have a very strong lineup and always very strong pace. But we have some bad luck, or quite a lot of bad luck, to be honest. In the first 4 races, we have some mechanical issues up until the last race in Magny-Cours. Well, we qualified last and get to the front to 9th or 8th at the end. But I think that's the best result we have so far. And here we go in Ricard again.
Yeah, here we go indeed. And a final opportunity to try and end the season on a high, of course, with the team that won the championship last year. So it's safe to say you're in good hands with the French outfit. And do you have plans for next year sorted yet?
Yeah, I do. I'm racing in LMP3 next year.
Okay, excellent. In what?
ELMS.
In ELMS.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, fantastic. Can you say who with?
Yeah, with interior pole.
Excellent. Wow. Okay. That is, yeah, a great squad to be with, especially in LMP3.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Oh, the Turbo Bakers are getting a new signing for next year. I'll be keeping a close eye on the European Le Mans Series next year as a result of all this. So that's fantastic to see. Fantastic to see the progression of drivers coming through the Ultimate Cup.
Yeah,
ranks.
I also did the Portimao race a couple of weeks earlier with 23 events in Michelin Le Mans Cup. So I was kind of like trying the new car, trying the new P3 first, and then to decide what I want to do next year. So as I can see, I think I like the car, I enjoy the car, and I'm comfortable to race it next year.
Oh, that is really great news. I'll ask you more about that in a second. I'll just get the race underway. We'll have 6 of the old Nissan V8s roaring into life, and unsurprisingly, it is the Breton car that gets the best jump ahead of Mira Kinopka. It is so Ralph Maigtree taking the whole shot, going into the first corner ahead of Yan Kaiwen. So yes, Jimmy, back to you. How was that experience in Portimao in the 3rd generation car?
Oh, I never tried the older one before, so that's the only P3 I've driven before, and I'll say there's a little bit of turbo lag, but the main difference compared to a Nova is it's all about the exit. So slow in, fast out everywhere, and just drive it slowly and you'll be fast.
Okay.
Yeah, and the result of Portimao is quite good. We finished 3rd in Pro-Am class. So happy about my debut in Michelin Le Mans Cup.
Yeah, that is certainly a very strong first outing. So yeah, when you do compare it to the Nova, what are the key differences?
Yeah, just much heavier, and you have to prioritize a good exit everywhere. Like no pushing entry or speed, just set it down and straight power.
So like V the corner a little bit more.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
As opposed to the Nova, you hustle a little bit more.
Yeah, Nova you need raw speed everywhere, more attacking entry, because it's light and we got a lot of grip and downforce, so just kind of load it in and chuck it in and save it, and you'll be fast.
Well, of course, you're coming out of the James Wingfield Racing stable of coaching and management. Before James joins us in the commentary box, hopefully a little bit later in the race, tell me what you really think of him.
Yeah, I think he's definitely a very good coach, a very good friend with me, and he always gives me very valuable advice in the race, in driving wise or everywhere. It helps us a lot. It really helps a lot.
How did working with him come about?
I think it's easy now because we have been working together. This is the 3rd year, or 3.5 years already, and we kind of get used to this mode, and it's easy to work with him, and he always provides very valid suggestions on driving wise or setup wise. So it's good.
Yeah. And you came from the Ligier European Series as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
the P4.
Yeah, I've done 2 years of P4 in 2022 and 2020. No, 23 and 24. So I've done 2 years, and the second year is with James.
Ah, yes, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
So, how's the P4 handle?
Well, the P4 is just much heavier and zero downforce. It's a bit of a shitbox, to be honest. It's like a GT4 kind of driving style. It's like no aero and very heavy.
I apologize for Jimmy's language.
I'll say it's a very good way to practice. It's a very good training tool to become a very good driver, because all the drivers come out from the P4 end up doing very well, like Theo and Romain Favre, and there's other very good drivers, and they all get used to the P3 very well. They all handle that very well. So I would say P4 is definitely a good training tool, and also you can race in those big tracks and be a part of the biggest event in Europe. It's definitely a good way.
So good development car.
Yeah, definitely.
For drivers in that sense. Okay. Now, of course, it's like the next rung on the ladder, really, isn't it? You know, the ACO ladder to then go up into Michelin Le Mans Cup and then European Le Mans Series.
Yeah.
You're kind of skipping a step, but with the same car, though. So.
Yeah. So I skipped the Michelin Le Mans Cup for a year.
But yeah, same LMP3
Yeah.
car, so I guess slightly more competitive, but you also have to deal with the being lapped element as well, like the LMP2 cars.
Yeah, more traffic and just
try and figure that one out. So when you first got the opportunity to do Le Mans Cup, how did that come about?
Well, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to race in LMS, because we all know that's a very difficult seat to get in. It's very limited, and everyone wants to get in there. So I'm very happy to find this seat, this opportunity to race in LMS.
And how long have you actually been racing in Europe as well?
This is my 3rd year of racing in Europe. So the 2 years of P4, and this year in the Nova with Graf.
And what were you doing before that?
Before the karting.
Just karting?
Yeah.
In China?
In Taiwan.
Oh, in Taiwan. Okay.
Yeah, I've done 5 years of karting. Most of the time means in Taiwan, and some races in Japan, some races in China. And then I did a P4, and in between the 2 years of P4, I did a Golf Radical Cup during the winter in Dubai. That's also a very good experience. That improved my driving skill quite a lot.
Yeah, I see a lot of the, particularly the bronze drivers, but you do get some the young up-and-comers like yourself, really relish that opportunity to go into the Middle East and take the radicals out, which do seem to help teach the fundamentals.
Yeah, because I'll say the driving style you need in the Nova and in the Radical is quite similar. It's light on the car and doesn't have so many power, so you have to attack it and drive it more aggressively.
And what was? How did you come to the decision when you were, you're karting, and then you have to say, all right, Mum, Dad, I'm going to go to Europe. I'm going to go and race cars.
Yeah, so I have a friend I know from karting, and he have done some racing with James before, and then he introduced me to James, and he bring me to do the LMP4. So the first year of LMP4, I'm racing with another Taiwanese driver, which is my friend from karting, and then that's how I know James, and James bring me along until now.
How much time are you spending between Taiwan and in Europe?
I used to fly back and forth from Taiwan every single race until this summer. Now I moved to the UK. I live in the UK now for university.
Ah, okay. What are you studying?
Business management.
Okay. Where?
In Ekum.
In Ekum. Okay. Great. Is that something that would be, you would turn into a day job, for example, or just doing it for yourself?
Well, also I'm doing it because I still got times beside racing, so I want to also finish my study.
Yeah. Okay. So where are you with that? First year, second year?
Yeah, first year.
First year?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you finding it?
I would say at the moment it's quite easy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's alright. It's not too heavy at the moment.
Okay, good. Well, I imagine, trying to juggle that, racing and all this travel.
Yeah. Academic-wise, not too difficult for me now, but I just have to arrange the day, like time managing between racing and school stuff.
Yeah, quite a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
And a lot to manage, but at least it's all the stuff you love, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I enjoy hearing that. So, at least with the ELMS schedule, it's not too intense as well. 6 races.
6 races. Yeah, not too bad.
6 races, and then one test on top of that as well. So, have you got plans to add a second program or to?
Yeah, I'm also doing the LMS before the ELMS starts.
Ah, okay, so Asian Le Mans Series as well, okay. Okay, that's an extra few weekends. Yes, of course, it's not that far away, so you'll be going off to Sepang soon, won't you?
Yeah.
Is that with Intereuropo as well?
Yeah, same line, same team.
Oh, okay, excellent. So they're really getting the testing miles in with the trio.
Yeah, it's good. So all 3 our teammates got very good experience on the car and working with the team. And after the LMS, we believe we are more prepared for the LMS compared to the other teams.
Oh, absolutely. So your first time at Sepang then, I imagine?
First race, but I've tested it there a couple of times.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yellow flags out turn 2 for some reason. Might be the Martin Bohm Ginetta, but
It's green now.
we'll see later on. So with with Sepang, so you've tested there. How different is testing somewhere compared to racing there?
Because I tested in a Porsche Cup car, a Ferrari Cup car, so it's not a prototype. So I don't know how it feels like to drive a prototype there, but when I'm soon, there's a big difference. And I also tested many years ago in the Formula Renault.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Which one? The 2 litre?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, the smaller one.
The small one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the slightly older version of those cars. Have you been able to see how obviously there's Asian motorsport in general is developing quite a lot. So we've got 2 drivers here from Chinese F4 as well, but the Southeast Asian Championship really growing. They get a spot on the Macau Grand Prix now as well, which is always nice to see, and the sort of revival of Asian Le Mans series as well seems to be helping.
Yeah, it is. It is coming back slowly after COVID.
I imagine that's probably struck quite a bit because obviously Japan was
definitely
closed off, China was closed off.
Yeah. Now I think the Asia F4 is likely to getting more and more teams and drivers participating in it.
Yeah, it does seem like one of the more competitive ones there.
At the beginning of my career, I'm actually considering doing Asian F4 because it's just closer to where I am.
Yeah.
But at that moment, it just started and there's like very little cars on track and it's not coming back yet, so that's why I come to Europe.
Yeah. Okay, so that this seemed to be already established there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we had the Martin Bohm car just being rounded up. They're going into the chicane, like quite close quarters. So, you never drove this version, the Gen 2 car then, did you?
No, I never drove this Gen 2 car.
So what is the new one like in terms of, when you first get in it, what was that first experience like?
The first feeling is it's much heavier than the Nova because I jumped it in straight after Nova. And then I can feel the turbo. The turbo will kick in halfway when you, like right after you're flat, the turbo will kick in. And to be accurate on the upshifting is very necessary. Like it kills tenths if you doesn't shift. Not even on the right light, it's like you have to wait half a second after the lights to make it smooth, make the revs goes on.
Okay. Not something you've had to think about so much in other cars then?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, interesting. Because I would always imagine, especially when I first started sim racing properly, I'd always end up hitting it off the limiter slightly. I would always hear that before I ended up pulling the gear.
Yeah, I think the difficult part about upshifting in the P3 is the timing of the light is different in every single gear. So sometimes you have to shift. The limiter will kick like maybe a little bit earlier in the lower gear, and in the higher gear will kick later. But for the lights, it's quite the same, so you have to feel it with the sound.
And is that just something you get used to?
Yeah.
Okay. It just becomes instinct then after a while?
After a couple of laps, couple of sessions.
Oh, a couple of laps, okay. Okay, I was thinking like, oh yeah, take a few races, and then, but no, you're like, nah, 2 minutes. That's all I need
a couple
to get through
of sessions, I'll say.
Fantastic. And do you have a specific ambition next year? Are you thinking, I'm going for the title straight away, or are you just going to pace yourself a little bit?
Yeah, we're definitely looking for a top result in both of the championship I'm doing next year. And I think it is possible with a very strong lineup, which we already have.
Yeah. Obviously, the Cool Racing this year, they have been the the benchmark team in the ELMS for that LMP3, like damn near perfect year. So are you looking over at them and thinking, oh, they might be the competition?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but I haven't known the drivers and lineup yet, so.
No, that's very true. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, they did have a very strong lineup this year as well. So we will wait to see. There could be anything happening over the course of the next few months in Asian Le Mans Series and the European Championship as well. Delighted to say that the man we've spent a little bit of time talking about, don't worry, he said all good things, James Winslow joins us in the commentary box as well. James, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. I can't believe it's the first time I've seen you this weekend, actually. It seems bizarre.
I know, normally we can't miss each other, but yeah, not bumped into you at all.
I haven't even found your garage. I don't even know which one it is.
Yeah, I've been confused a few times. Yeah, we're about halfway down the pit lane, just before the refueling.
Oh, okay, so you're going to be... Are you refueling and then having to go back round again?
Yeah, so we are just before the refueling, so I think we'll do a compulsory pit stop. To be honest, I haven't checked the rules this year. Sometimes when some of the teams are the other side of the refueling bay, we can't do compulsory pit stop and refuel at the same time.
Yeah, so
I think in this race we can't do them together.
Yeah, we couldn't do that together.
Yeah, so I think with the rule that you have to come in, do your stop, go back out, and then come in and do your refuel, or other way round. So
that's like a Paul Ricard unique thing, isn't it?
It is a little bit, yeah, because the refueling access is in the middle of the pit lane.
Yeah.
So it means that I think the race is going to be a little bit difficult to follow for us tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of strategy involved, yeah, because you're breaking all the pit stops into two, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So 4 mandatories and I guess fuel at every full course yellow, or
yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I hadn't thought about that. See, this is why I like having drivers. That's why I like having drivers in here. Teach me all the stuff I've not thought about.
Oh, looks like there's a bit of action going on.
That's an ambitious thought, but yeah, Miro Konopka has got Charles-Henri Samani for fairly close company out there. Now nearly 10 seconds behind Ralph Micatry. But yeah, James, tell us about your season. Obviously with 23 events, brand new team after the split with MV2S.
Yeah, it's been a really good season, to be honest. It started off fast, but with no success, with failures with cars and nothing to do with the team, just components breaking that shouldn't break, power steering, and so many things breaking that I can't even remember what they were now in the first 3 months of the season. And then the last 2 or 3 months have been extremely successful. I joined him in Michelin Le Mans Cup, and also been doing the full season in Ultimate Cup. And yeah, we've been on the podium the last 3-4 races. So yeah, it's been going well. Yeah, we've been challenging for the lead in Ultimate Cup at every single event. If something hasn't broken, we've been on the podium. And then at Silverstone, we won the race. With Terence Woodward joined me. Well, actually, I joined him for 2 races at Spa. We were leading at Spa, got stuck in 4th gear, so didn't win that one. Went to Silverstone and won that. Jimmy then joined. In fact, Jimmy replaced me. I replaced myself with Jimmy. It's probably the best way of saying it. And then Jimmy was on the podium also at Portimao for the last round of the season of ELMS in the Michelin Le Mans Cup. So yeah, Jimmy's done a good job this year in Ultimate Cup. Earned himself a seat in the Michelin Le Mans Cup and managed to get a podium on his LMP3 debut.
So a season of 2 halves, let's say then. A difficult start, but very much all coming up sunshine and rainbows at the moment then.
Yeah. Try not to speak too soon, as we've got the race tomorrow and we're starting 4th on the grid.
That's true. There's no wood in here for you to knock on, unfortunately. It's all plastics and foams and other such materials. But yeah, I know. I hope will be a good end to the campaign for you guys tomorrow, for both of your teams. Does it ever feel weird having your driver racing in a different team?
No, not really. It's really strange. People I decide to coach, because I'm in a fortunate position where there's a few people want me to coach them. I end up liking them, and then really liking them, and then really helping them a lot, and then end up coaching, managing, friend, family. It becomes so close that you're as upset when they don't get a result as you are for yourself. So, to be honest, we have a little JWR sticker on the rear wing of all the cars for the people that I help or manage or coach, and we just don't hold each other up. And yeah, if it comes down to the final 30 minutes of the race and we're battling for P1, then we'll be fighting hard but politely, not doing anything untoward like some other drivers may.
I'm looking forward to that scenario playing out a little bit later.
It's always nice to see my sticker on the back of a car.
I bet. Do you get some real like pride seeing that initial on there?
Yeah, it's normally the car that blocks me in qualifying has got the so not so much pride at that moment, but no, I do. Especially when they're doing as well as Jimmy is now, on a very fast progression just in 3 years, from P4 to winning in P3 to leading every race this year, I think, possibly at some point in Ultimate Cup. So yeah, I get a lot of pride from that. George King obviously won Ultimate Cup as well. I've used this series as a stepping stone for my drivers to build experience. It's a really good way of doing it. So,
and he's now racing GT3 in Australia.
Yeah, he's just finished his Australian GT Championship. I think he finished 4th or 5th in the title, but he's up against V8 supercar drivers that are gold and platinum and professionals getting paid.
And will know the circuits
and
like the back of their hands.
Yeah, exactly. And George is just rocking up for the first time at Phillip Island in a GT3 Mercedes that he's never driven the track, never driven the car. And he's done extremely well. By the end of the season, he's up there, second quickest driver over factory drivers, and has done a really good job and was a good deal and gained some valuable experience, which will help him when he joins me in the Dubai 24 hours in a couple of months' time.
Oh, that's on again, is it?
Yes. Yeah, nice. So I will have Alim, who's racing with me here in the car with me, Alex Bukanstov, who I've also trained and, as you know, does ELMS and all the prototype championships, very quick driver. Damien Cusack, who's one of my new Dubai trainees.
Okay, hang on. So there's
and
4.
George King and myself, so it'll be 5. It'll be 5 in total, all in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, all
there was no room for Jimmy then, was there?
No, he's been knocking on the door. So unfortunately, we want to be in the Pro-Am class, so we can't have too many people as good as Jimmy in the team.
Yeah, fair enough. So that's 3 bronzes then, and you and George 2 silvers.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
It's complicated when you get to driving time and BOPs. It gets complicated.
I bet. Have you seen my graph for the Nova race about all the drive times and all that stuff? Yeah, no, it's a big graph. Hang on. Oh, not graph, table, I should say, of all the different permutations. I'm going to pull it out for you actually, and hopefully I can get it. There you go. There's all sorts, and the handicaps on there as well. There's an awful lot that goes into it. So you'll see that your maximum time in the car with Alim is like 2 hours. 2 hours, yeah. But he also has a minimum as well.
So it's like he has to go just over the 2 hours. Yeah. I can go short, but he can't. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Various minimum and maximums and all this, and yeah, because they've had to think about every possible combination of drivers as well.
And they've changed these just recently, right?
I believe there was a minor change to the
silvers
driver time. Yes, basically, I think it was largely regarding the all-pro lineup. So. Jimmy's car, for example, I think is 5 seconds better off per pit stop. This is fascinating. I give 2 racing drivers a piece of paper and they just absolutely soak up all the information on it. It's like, if I can give you anything that's going to potentially make you quicker, you'll just absolutely nab it off my hands like a savage animal. It's great stuff. Tell us about Silverstone. Heck of a win.
Yeah, that was a really good experience. First time I've raced back in my home country for a very long time.
Well,
what
race is there anymore, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, since Brexit, there's less races in the UK that come from overseas. But no, it was a fantastic event. There was a huge crowd, so you can see that motorsport's still very popular in the UK, because it almost felt like an F1 pit lane on Sunday.
Well, it was record-breaking crowd, wasn't it? 110,000 people.
which, yeah, is amazing, really, for sports cars. Sort of sports cars on the up. I guess all motorsports on the up a little bit since the Netflix show, and Formula One's grown hugely. And yeah, I think that's tripled over into all racing, F2, F3, and if you're not going to get to F1, people want to get to hypercar now, so they come and race LMP3, Novas, LMP2s, and try and make a career that way around.
Hypercar, is that what we're hoping for Jimmy?
Yeah, I think my plan, with the unofficial manager's hat on for Jimmy, from training him from zero, really, from karting, then his first day in a car, is to be the best Asian driver. So try and model it similar to a Yifei type thing, where he's very, very fast now, Jimmy, and try and get some manufacturer support in the future. He's got the speed. He hasn't plateaued. He's still improving, still getting better and better. So I'm sure next year, when has he told you his news?
Yes, yeah, we heard about the news.
Fantastic.
So are you racing under a Taiwanese license then, or is it a Chinese license? Taiwanese license. Okay, so because Yifei's already become the first Chinese driver to win Le Mans, maybe you can be the first Taiwanese driver.
Yeah,
that's off the top of my head. There might have been another driver, but I couldn't possibly think of one.
In Taiwan?
There's not so many Taiwanese drivers coming out.
It's a small pool, isn't it?
I raced a couple of them, Hans Lin and a couple of others who are Taiwanese, but
currently there's not so many doing races.
So
no, there's not currently many at all. So, and in COVID, it's kind of killed the Asian market a little bit, as well as some of the teams, the mechanics have had to get different jobs during COVID. COVID closed the tracks, especially China, Malaysia especially. Sepang was closed for a long time, so the Asian teams have gone. So I feel like some of the Asian market would have come up and been professional drivers in the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Oh, big screech of tyre there, wasn't there? And the yellow panel board immediately illuminated.
Lock up into the chicane for Miro.
Yeah, Miro Knopka. That's not the optimal route through the chicane. Apologies, James. I think some of your levels on the soundboard were a bit low. I've just adjusted those. Let me know if that works for you. It's good? Excellent. Somewhat harmless spin for Knopka in the end. Of course, loses second place there, but
He's come out just in front of the car I actually raced this year in Asia Le Mans for Graf. That's actually in my colour scheme still.
Yes, Nina was telling me that they haven't really touched it since you wrapped up the Asia Le Mans in Yas Marina, would have been.
Yeah, that was that was the final round. Yeah, Sepang, Dubai, and then Yas Marina. Yeah, double events.
Well, the pit lane windows open, by the way, so you'll start to see cars heading full pit lane for driver changes or just the mandatory stops. Of course, it was a year ago over in Yas Marina where you and the Cool Racing squad were celebrating an awful lot. Where does that stand amongst your various accolades?
Accolade-wise, yeah, quite high up.
Yeah.
But fun factor-wise, one of the very, very best. Really enjoyed the team, really liked the team, really enjoyed their professionalism, the way they ran the team, the engineering, everything is there, the benchmark. 23 events, also a fantastic team, but much bigger budgets, I would say, at Cool Racing, which is now CLX. But the way they ran their team was exceptionally good. It took a lot of jobs off of my jobs list, so I could focus on my driving for a change. Well,
I know that Alex Kwani, and he is obviously a very successful guy with his aviation business. So I'm not surprised that the budget is there for the race team, and him stepping back and taking a slightly more managerial role within the squads, and also letting Nicolas Lapierre kind of take the reins as well.
He's amazing, yeah. He's obviously raced for a very long time. I raced against him in A1 GP many, many moons ago, but he's extremely experienced, but he's extremely smart, switched on, sees things that most people don't see. So for strategy and just the all-round knowledge, it's extremely high there.
It's something that I was amazed, because I used to work for Cool Racing in their PR communications department, and one race I got to actually be inside the garage for. It was astonishing. He was still racing as well. He was in the LMP2 car, and we were running, I think, 2 LMP2, 1 LMP3 in the LMS, and it was amazing. He'd jump out of the car and he'd be like, "There's a problem on the P3," and he'd just switch
into
focus. It's astonishing. It was as soon as he hadn't even taken his helmet off yet, and he was there in team manager mode. It was crazy.
Yeah, he's extremely good at that. Maybe one of the best I've seen at that, to be honest.
Yeah,
in lots of different roles, and also good at finding good people, which is the key with any successful business, I guess, because you can't do everything yourself. You can't micromanage everything.
That's very true. I think Alpine are in very good hands, and Endurance Championship, aren't they?
Yeah, true. Yep.
Yeah.
And he treats his guys well as well, and they stick around. So once you find good people holding on to them, I think it's quite important.
Very true. Very true. Tell us about 23 events, because obviously, we sort of alluded to it earlier. Young team having to not so much start from the ground up, because there was a bit of resource at the beginning, but I'm sure it feels like a different team compared to at the start of the season.
Yes, same faces. Definitely you can see there's more experience. There's some strength, there's some real strength there. Maybe not all the pieces are in place 100%. It's a small team, but there's some very smart engineering minds there. And add that with a bit of experience that I can bring with my 20 years of racing, and a bit of Aline being a fantastic bronze, and Crisp obviously improved massively, and Maxime as well. Yeah, no, it's actually turned into a very good team, and it's quite sad for it to be my last race. This year it was kind of a last-minute deal, came along for one race, turned it into a full season, and now we find ourselves tomorrow battling for a championship, having won Michelin Le Mans Cup races. Jimmy on the podium. I've had 5 of my drivers go to 23 events through the season, which wasn't planned initially, and they're a very good team and getting better and better. And they've also got their association with AF Course now, so they'll run the AF Course cars, which they ran one this year in Michelin Le Mans Cup, and I think they'll be branded AF Course, but being run by 23 events for Asia Le Mans.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so there's like I guess, in my mind, a Ferrari Academy learning for a stepping stone up to the bigger leagues.
Definitely. Well, we know who you've got to shove in their face, haven't you?
Yeah,
man, exactly. Sitting in between us.
Yeah, that's definitely been mentioned.
I bet it has. I bet it has. Jimmy, you ever see yourself racing the prancing horse? Ferrari.
Yeah, so we raced with 23 events in Portimao, alongside with F Course car, which is also fast during the whole weekend, and it's good that we can share information between 2 cars, and it brings the setup up and made the car very fast.
And they were impressed with him. They offered him a test for the following day on the rookie test, but we were already committed to another team for a test, which has led to the ELMS and Asia Le Mans series. So in one weekend I had 3 phone calls, and we mentioned all 3 teams in the last 5 minutes actually, asking me about Jimmy. So yeah, we had Cool Racing, we had AF Corsa, and who did we drive for? Oh yeah, and the team that we're actually driving for.
Well, if anybody wants to use James Winslow's services of management and coaching, there'll be a number at the bottom of the screen shortly. No, I mean, it's because it's not just Jimmy you work with. Alim is, of course, in qualifying today, as usual. Brilliant. I think he was top bronze.
Amazing. Yep.
In both of his sessions.
Yep, he was in both sessions top bronze. He's been very quick all week. He was also amazing in the previous round of Magny-Cours. That's for me, having coached him for the last 2 years, that was the best performance I'd seen him do from beginning of the weekend to the end, with no mistakes in the race. Yeah, the car perhaps wasn't as strong there as it is here. It was strong in Aragon. A couple of very small mistakes that cost us a little tiny bit in Aragon, but Magny-Cours was, like silver pace and no mistakes. So, and here, extremely strong. He's an intelligent guy and he studies well, and he's like a sponge. You can take it in once and remember it.
Well, it was a magnificent event, Magny-Cours, for the whole team in general, with the sister car taking the victory.
Yes.
The first time an AM car has ever won.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work out how that happened.
I still don't know it either. I remember, I thought, well, that surely can't stay that way.
They drove amazingly well, one for sure, and their pace was good. The car was quick. They were quick, there was a critical moment there where a full course yellow possibly was going to come out, and we all thought we were being smart, trying to get in before it got called, and then it didn't get called. The number 7 Graf car continued, if you remember, and they continued. So we did a pit stop under green track, so they gained a little bit there.
Yeah.
And they made no mistakes, and they drove well and did fast laps. So taking nothing away from them, they did an excellent job.
It seems crazy that one moment can define a 4-hour race.
Yeah, because there was no safety car, right?
Yeah.
What have you spotted, Jimmy?
Jimmy's
I thought
pointing
there
at
was
the
a
screen.
car coming out of the track.
Oh, no.
Looks like you have a small slide in the chicane.
Eagle eyes there on Jimmy Cho, because if Miro Kinopka did lose the back end of the Ligier, then certainly we didn't spot it. But it's Ewan Thomas at the wheel of the 26 Breton car now. We're hearing from him earlier. Miro Kinopka, Emmanuel Collard, Dai Yu Hao, Lawrence Hoare, and Martin Bohm. Martin, I think, yet to do his stop. I'm pretty sure he started that car, but everyone else certainly has done their change. James, did you ever race up with Emmanuel Collard?
I know the name very well. I'm sure I've been on track with him. Well, I was on track with him this weekend. I know the name. I know he's an extremely successful driver, but I don't think I've actually raced. I think he's a generation before me.
Yeah, might well be. No, I definitely wasn't thinking you were the same age. But no,
I know the name. I know the name extremely well, and I know he's a very good driver. You'll have to remind me what he's done. He was a Le Mans driver.
Done an awful lot at Le Mans. Because the thing is, he was a gold, and I think he's only silver now because he's over the age of 50.
Okay.
It was a few years ago, so still gets recruited for LMP2 drives every now and again.
Yeah.
And it's his bronze driver, Charles-Henri Samani, who uses him this weekend.
Okay.
Across a few weekends of Ultimate Cup as well. So
we've got Lawrence now putting some pressure on
Dai Yu Hao from Graf.
Yes.
Lawrence
fast.
Yeah. This is where usually the phase of the race where Lawrence starts to charge up the order after taking over from his bronze driver.
John Brownson, yeah?
Yes, exactly. I feel nervous asking you this question, but is there anyone quicker in an LMP3 car than Lawrence Hoare?
Other than myself.
Yeah, obviously.
You've got to say that, haven't you? No, Lawrence is quick, especially in that Duqueine. Extremely quick. I've been driving it for 5-6 years, helped develop it. Yeah, you know, he's very good. He knows the setups. He knows the thing inside out. So no, he does a good job. I was teammates with him for 2 years. Oh, save that one. So no, he's extremely good. And let's hope we see him in a hypercar soon.
I was kind of surprised he wasn't, he didn't have first dibs, basically.
Yeah, there's not that many seats. I guess there's more seats coming every year with more manufacturers coming to hypercar. But yeah, I think LMP2 and how you get the seat and how you earn the seat or find the sponsorship for the seat, is everything's got harder and harder and more in the last 3-4 years. So I think it's definitely still a bit of a money game to get yourself in the right seat to prove you've got the skill set to earn a living.
Talking to Gaël Julien earlier, and he wins ELMS last year, and then this year has barely driven a race car because he doesn't necessarily have the budget for it.
No, I think you have to win ELMS in LMP3, and then you have to pay for yourself to do LMP2, or find a sponsor to find a bit like F3, F2, and then you get picked up from F2 to F1, and hopefully, probably, you're not finding the support yourself then.
And it is a shame that is the case, because I feel like we're letting talent slip through the fingers now a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like with people like Galal, like he's still here, he's still racing, he's still doing Michelin Le Mans Cup, he's still doing an Ultimate Cup. There's a lot of drivers I've helped from Australia, Scott Andrews, Josh Burden, for example, exactly the same position, but having not won a championship previously as big as ELMS. If you stick at it, if you throw everything into it, you will get there. Because in a few years' time, you'll be the only people left with a skill set. they will need you. You just can't give up, and you've got to put, as I've done, you just put everything into it, focus 24/7, and you'll have a career. Whether that's next year or in 5 or 7 years, if you're prepared to wait that long, it will happen. You just have to stick at it and do what he's doing. Come and do the commentary, advertise yourself, go around, meet all the teams, make sure everyone likes you, work as hard as you can, and yep, if you've got the talent, which he obviously does, then you will have a career in motorsport. I truly believe that.
I hope Giles tuning in and listening to this and heard those words of wisdom there. Brings me on to an interesting topic. What is some of the best advice you could give to any young driver coming up through the ranks?
Do something different. No, I'm joking. Just never give up. I know it's like a Lewis Hamilton never give up phrase, but it's true. You just never give up. Just don't give up until the checkered flag when things are going wrong, but also don't give up when you're at home and you've got, you know, you don't have the budget to do, or you can't go to the best team. You just have to keep yourself in a seat, even if you have to take a sideways step. Or me, for example, I'd won a Formula 3 championship, stepped up to the equivalent to F2, failed at that in America or whatever series it was, took a step back, went back to Formula 3, maybe not even the same team, but found a deal, a free deal, or went to Asia, went to Japan, went to Australia, travelled the world just to find a seat, kept racing, won another championship. And then that puts you meet a new group of people, a new genre. You end up knowing everyone in motorsport in 15, 20 years time, and people know you, recommend you for coaching jobs that can lead to drives, or you meet sponsors at the track. You just have to be there at the track and doing as much as you can, and it does work. So the number one phrase is just work as hard as you can and don't give up, and just smile a lot and be nice to everybody.
I'd forgotten that you did the American single-seater scene, like the road to Indy.
Yeah, I did 2 years of Indy Lights and Atlantics. Atlantics was probably the hardest year I ever had. I went there as a 4-time Formula 3 champion. UK, Asia, twice in Australia. I won Formula 3, did Macau Grand Prix twice. Beat Vettel in 2006. I'll just add that in there.
Just write that down real quick.
Actually, I'm trying to get my driver grading down so much. Can we delete that bit?
You're trying to get a bronze?
No, we're in a different category.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying.
I was going to say, that's never going to happen.
Try not to go up, trying to go down is always the game. You can drive for longer then.
I have the only, one of the drivers I've been working with, you know Fabio Babini?
Yes.
Yeah, he's racing in GT Open this year, and he's already been knocked down from gold to silver because of his age, and now he's actually going to be a bronze. So he's.
What age does that happen at?
Do you know? I don't necessarily think it's just an age thing. I think. Is it 55? I think they changed it a few years ago when they stopped allowing you to have a 16-year-old as a bronze driver as well. Then they started introducing all these other rules about it as well. So
yeah, it changes the moment you think you know the system. They change it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're always on the wrong end of it. Like Jimmy, for example, had never driven a race car in his life, and he was silver.
Yeah, has to be because he's young gun.
That was just as they changed the rule. And we tried it with George King as well. Like, he genuinely should have been a bronze. Had done one Mazda MX-5 race in the UK and then was racing LMP4 and straight to silver.
See, this is why I'm going to wait until I'm 30 till I apply for mine.
Me too, actually. Yeah, I know, yeah. So if you start racing after the age of 30, then under the age of 30, you're automatic silver, even if you have zero experience.
I think that's the guideline.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't read it. That's based purely on what I've seen in the drivers that I've worked with across a lot of different championships.
That was the big changing line of just about when Jimmy was starting racing 3 years ago.
Just missed the cut.
Yeah, but then when everyone's in the same boat, then it actually averages out to be fine.
Yeah.
And then you just work harder at making your driver as quick as all the other silvers.
That's true. That's true. Jimmy, how have you found that coaching process and discovering more and more talent within yourself?
Yeah, I find driving with my coach James is very helpful, especially last year in P4 that we were in the same car all the time, and I've learned a lot, like really a lot from like including setup-wise and driving-wise, all the time. And I think that's where my most part of improvements come from driving the same car with my coach.
And like in terms of like working on the setup, giving feedback, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think just being there, watching, listening, seeing the good and the bad. And then the data also, when you're driving the car in the same race like these guys are in the LMP3, they've got the same tyres on the same time of day, same temperature, same track temp, same fuel loads at different parts of the race, so their fastest laps are comparable. And it's about as fair a test as you can get. So when I was racing with Jimmy in the LMP4, yeah, he'd start or I'd start, but there'd be two races there, we'd be in the car at the same time, overlay the data, you can see exactly where you're losing time, what you're not as efficient in. Instantly, the driver's better. Okay. Instantly, you see an improvement. Maybe, yeah, if you can remember one or if you can remember 4 things, then you've just improved in all of them areas.
Is your coaching style, a bit, break at this point, do this at this thing, and do this, or is it a bit more Yoda-esque, where you're supposed to just feel the force flowing through you or something?
A little bit, yes, but a little bit more Yoda. But
okay,
it's a little bit more. There's like certain things, certain tricks, and I prioritise a corner, for example. So let's pick, what turn shall we pick? Turn 11 at Paul Ricard. Like there's one priority in the corner, and it's the entry speed. So the speed that you roll into the corner and how hard you brake, or in this case don't brake, and roll speed into turn 11, and where the minimum speed of the corner is. So now I break it down like scientifically, probably is more of the way.
Okay.
So you roll speed at the first floppy must be, what is it, 180 or 160, whatever the number is. We were doing this last night. And the minimum speed on the data must be at a certain point in the corner. And that's when the car rotates. And then you must be back to full gas without having to lift off again. So yeah, I break it down into a priority of the corner. The priority of turn 11 is the roll speed into the corner. Okay. And then if you just remember the one priority of each corner on the track walk the day before we drive, people remember that because it takes an hour and 20 minutes, so they've got about 10 minutes to process that one thing through the whole corner. So track walk works very well with that, and that's my style. And then through the weekend, we start braking closer to the corner, or braking earlier but softer and rolling more speed, or using different gears and blah blah blah.
Speaking of track walks, I've done a few of them. And I always see drivers do this thing where they take their foot and then like rub it over the curb, right, and be like, seems like a lot of grip there. Is that all just for show, or can you actually feel something under your foot there?
That could be a few things. Like I do that sometimes if you go to a Formula 1 track versus a non-Formula 1 track. Is there sand in the white lines? And if it's going to rain, that's going to be extremely slippery if it doesn't have the sand in the paint, the F1 paint we call it. So these white lines, you know the blue is a very high friction, very high grip surface.
Yeah.
On Formula 1 tracks, the white line has sand in it, which means it's got grip. In the old days, they just used to paint it, and it was like you'd touch the white line in the wet and spin and lose traction. So I'd be checking that. But yeah, no, you can feel grip. At certain points, you can feel it.
Okay.
And you can feel, you can.
It does just seem like one of these driver voodoo tricks that are like, oh yeah, we can feel the force flowing through.
Like for example in Dubai, there's a very long turn 9, probably 4 lanes wide, it's a hairpin, but it's in 4th gear, so it's fast corner. And there's about 3 or 4 different lines, depending on whether there's been a sandstorm recently, or whether the GT's taken the tight line, or a prototype's come and has cleaned up the outside line. So doing your little foot trick can help you work out, I think there's grip up high here this time. So, yeah.
This is great. I'm going to ace my FIA license exam when I take it when I'm 30. Just have to go back and watch all these interviews I've done. So just 7 minutes left on the clock. Looks like you and Thomas on course for victory and the Pro-Am Championship here this season. I say Ewan's actually in a sort of similar boat to George, actually George King, because he came from a season of MX5 racing in the UK and now doing this.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, excellent. Jump from an MX5 to an LMP3.
It is quite a bit. Yes, I can't imagine making the jump well, from an MX-5 to anything, basically.
And they've done the full season, and he's about to win the championship. Is that the?
Yes, yeah, he's done the full season. Had a couple of wild cards in Le Mans Cup this year. Road to Le Mans and Silverstone, I think.
Okay.
So I think getting ready to do a full season of Le Mans Cup potentially.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been doing a great job in that Breton run car.
Excellent. And he shares the car with
Ralph Micatry.
Okay.
So yeah, Ralph, the Le Mans racer, has done the 24 hours.
Okay.
Before, in the sort of early 2010s.
Okay.
But he's a bronze driver,
experienced
from Switzerland, and so Ewan coming out of BRSCC competition.
Excellent. Looks like he's doing well. Lawrence is going purple, I see. Setting fastest laps.
Yeah, it's synonymous with Lawrence Hoare now, purple sectors in this championship.
They should just paint the car this colour.
Yeah. What I do like is that a lot of these kind of like deliveries they just haven't touched them basically since last year. So it is almost, it feels like being in last year almost and being back in the era.
Yeah. And the Breton car is always in that quite distinctive black and white.
I think it looks great.
Yeah. It's unique, isn't it?
It is good. It's almost got like a bit of a sort of Japanese flag-esque on the side with the red circle in the middle. It's almost like a Land of the Rising Sun.
Yeah. And their suits look good. The first year I like their suits with like zebra.
Yeah.
These are the one series.
Yeah. Did you race for them at one point?
Breton and Virage, like Virage helped Breton, so I'm not sure where the merge is or if they're still part of each other, but I've driven for Virage, so
right.
I feel like I've almost driven for Breton.
So you had the grey and yellow rather than the black and white.
Exactly, yeah. I've done a lot with Virage over the years. Placing drivers there, I drove with them at Le Mans in the Le Mans Cup and stuff like that. So
okay.
I have a lot to do with them. I've put quite a few of my drivers through their team as well.
What do you think about this one long Road to Le Mans race that they're doing next year?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Everyone wants longer races at Le Mans. There's always red flags in the Le Mans Cup. It's always, what's the politically correct way of saying it? It's always difficult because there's no tyre warmers, there's long straights, so there's no tyre temp, so people spin all the time, so there's always red flags.
Yep.
So at least when you get to the race, let's hope that, I'm guessing they'll split that 1.5 hours each. Not sure how that works with fuel, because the fuel is 1 hour on a tank of fuel in an LMP3 car.
Is it 3 hours they're doing?
A 3-hour race.
I thought it was 2.
I was told 3.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard a few times it's going to be a 3-hour.
Oh, okay. Your information is probably better than mine. I'm just going off my old memory.
2 hours makes sense, the 1+1, because they did 2 1-hour races put together, but I heard 3.
It's the, it's a normal format for a Le Mans Cup race, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's why I thought 3 was such a fantastic idea around the 24 hours circuit.
Oh, okay.
But I could well be wrong, I usually am. So
they may well make it so that, the bronze time is like an hour 50, that kind of thing.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, yeah. I'll double check the announcement later on and check that, because
I definitely had 3 hours from certain places, but nothing official.
Oh, okay. That's.
I was hoping it's 3, because that sounds like
I'd love it to be 3.
More laps around the 24-hour circuit. Yeah, is good.
Yeah.
Because if you do the Le Mans Cup race, there's red flags all the time. You leave there not having learned the track yet.
Yeah. It is bizarre. You often end up there with a GT car that's 1 overall, as we had last year, for example.
Or the fastest lap was set with a slow zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just whoever got out of the slow zone first end up with the fastest lap.
Which is a shame, because it's a fantastic track, a great event. It's just a shame, there's no tyre warmers anymore, so bronze drivers and people trying to learn the track are trying to push with a very short amount of practice on freezing cold tyres, and there's always incidents.
Oh, so they've banned those just for Le Mans in the Le Mans Cup?
Le Mans Cup, there's no tyre warmers at all.
Ah, right. Okay.
But there never has been. But just 2 years ago, they banned them for European Le Mans Series as well. So now there's no tyre warming in maybe 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So at Spa and Silverstone the cold places at that time of year,
problematic.
it's a real problem because the tyre's not designed to work at 10 degrees or 9 or even 14 maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, talking from first-hand experience, it's kind of dangerous.
See, there's always that debate, especially when WEC first banned the tyre blankets, and I can't remember, one of the Ferraris had a bit of a shunt at Spa. It was like the second weekend they banned it.
Giovinazzi.
Yeah, and
I did exactly the same thing. Came out of the pits, got on the power, there's just no grip, and I didn't actually hit the wall. I went over the drain and continued, but exactly the same thing.
But then there'll be people on Twitter who say, like, "I'll just drive more carefully."
But he would have been literally just touching the gas, and it just there's no, it's like black ice.
Okay. So literally, even if you just like really cautiously on the throttle, and
You've come round that corner that comes out the pit lane, the very tight left, you're getting on the gas very gently, short shifting up, and then you start to try and warm the tyre to the left, and then the car's gone.
right.
And it's like no other experience in the car if the ambient temperature is over 10 degrees. It's very hard, it takes you by surprise. Yeah.
Okay. So
because now they obviously have a one-make tyre which is designed to work in Asian Le Mans. It's designed to work at Silverstone, well, at Silverstone on a cold day, which could be from 0 to 10.
Well,
so
this year was certainly chilly, cold, rainy, everything.
So to have a tyre that's supposed, because you remember back in the old days you had soft, medium and hard, and at Le Mans you had to plan and book and pay for these tyres before you arrived at Le Mans, not knowing what the weather was going to be 1 month before, because there's so many tyres needed by all the teams. And now there's one tyre for even Le Mans for the night time, so it's tricky. The tyre needs to be hot, and tyre warmers are banned.
Yeah.
So it's made it extremely tricky.
It's interesting because we talked to Goodyear a lot, you know, in this paddock. They provide the tyres for most of the series, and we're always talking about, you know, the extremities of what they have to offer, and now they're offering an LMP2 tyre that can do more stints than the driver can.
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, the tyre technology is fantastic. I remember there being a intermediate tyre. Do you remember that 10 years ago there was an intermediate tyre?
That was a little bit before my time, actually.
The Dunlop Goodyear is the same, isn't it? Their intermediate tyre was amazing, but it had grooves in it, as you would expect. But this intermediate tyre had no grooves, looked like a slick, but the compound of the tyre was so soft that it could drive on a damp track and be phenomenally quick. Porsche were using it on the LMP1.
Ah, okay. That's really interesting to hear. I'll have to read up about that later. Meanwhile, Ewan Thomas brings the Breton Racing Ligier to the checkered flag and wraps up the Pro-Am Championship for 2025. Emmanuel Collard will be the next car across the line for Racetivity. Lawrence Hoare will be third for DKR Engineering, then Miro Konopka for ARC Bratislava, Dai Yuhao for Graf Racing, and already across the line Martin Bohm in the MG Sound Studio Ginetta.
Lawrence goes purple on the last lap.
Yep, 1:57.997.
That's a pretty good time.
You know, the LMP3 lap record here is from Ultimate Cup.
Is it?
Manuel Espirito Santo.
Ah, the year with George.
I believe it was, you know, actually. It was 2023, yeah.
It was a night time, wasn't it? So it was cool as well.
1:54.745.
Yeah. I was here with the team then.
Well, just being given some information from the director. So we will wrap things up here in the European Sprint Prototype Cup. And I thank both of my guests. Jimmy, thank you very much for coming in. It's been great to chat with you. And James, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Well, the track action continues. Keep it All Things Ultimate Cup TV for more.